Hey guys, it's Albethium. Apologies right off the bat if there are any issues with the audio. I am still a long way away from home and just making do with what I've got. Now, we're gonna be discussing the Helldivers 2 and I'm gonna be giving you some pretty damn essential beginner tips how to manage the combat and just make it a little bit easier so you get the foot in the door yourself. And well, before I even think about asking you to click that like or subscribe button for me, I just ask that you perhaps give me a chance to earn that from you. And with that being said, well, let's get in on this. The aim. The aiming is actually a big deal in this game, and the game itself tells you that if you are moving, your aim is going to be suffering. But what the game doesn't tell you is that if you go lower, if you crouch, well, you are going to be improving your aim as well, and that is just going to be a very big deal. And after aiming comes the picking of targets. You are basically going to be deciding for yourself what are the priority targets for you. And these are always going to be the enemies that can close the distance as fast as possible to you, which is also kind of a good thing because if you dispatch these guys first, you still have time more often than not to reload your weapon and just dispose of the slower, more harder hitting enemies. And this brings us to bullet management. Now, in Helldivers 2, running out of bullets is going to be a really big deal. So to avoid this from happening, after you down your acquired target and you are ready to fire at another target, what you don't want to do is trace with bullets. What this means is, while you are moving the reticule from one enemy to another, you are keeping the trigger pressed and you are basically just wasting bullets. Now, this is going to be okay if you are swarmed and enemies are everywhere around you. You can be pretty damn sure that then you are going to be hitting most of your targets with all of the bullets that you are firing. And well, this will make a massive difference for you. After managing your bullets, well, it's gonna be a time to reload. Now, this is a little bit different than how it works in other games. In most games where you fire your weapon, every time you reload, you just get a full clip. Not here. If you reload before you waste all your ammo inside the clip that you currently have, you are going to be wasting that whole clip, everything that's left inside. So you need to be sure to train yourself to manage reloads as well, because you do not want to be wasting bullets. Coupled with the previous tip, this is going to be absolutely massive. And now a tip that would make Obi-Wan super proud, obtaining the high ground. Now, you can obtain the high ground in a couple of different ways. You can do this on foot, but this may actually leave you open to some attacks if you do not dispatch the enemies too fast and you are lacking in awareness of where every enemy is. And they are just going to be swarming in on you and, well, you are going to be getting hit then. But at the same time, if you die, you are going to be redeploying with a pod and you can influence the pod where it's going to be landing. If you do this, you can land on some unreachable terrain and simply rain justice and freedom from the top. Animation interrupting is something that can be used across many games, and Helldivers 2 is no different here. What I mean by this, unless it is breakable terrain, if you are running away from the enemies, it is a good idea to run behind covers, rocks, anything, any type of terrain, and this is going to be causing the enemies to stop for a second and just reload the next animation. They are not thinking on their feet, you know, running after you, thinking that there is something in the way and that they can simply run past that. No, they need to reach that, it needs to interrupt the current animation, and then another one starts. And the final tip I can give you is to experiment with all the armors, with all the weapons, because finding your own playstyle is going to be absolutely paramount for your success in this game. So not every piece of equipment is going to be for you. You need to find what works for you and get comfortable in that and practice, and you are truly gonna be unstoppable. Coupled with your buddies, you guys are truly going to be liberating the galaxy. Guys, this is Albethium. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what do you think about the game, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.